Begin right now with exclusive information on the latest in the Diddy investigation. I have learned from sources that investigators have found several weapons inside his homes. Several. They also have found videos. It's been reported that Diddy has collected images of people in compromising situations at his residences.
Yeah, I love this drink.
Will you put my bag?
I like when you like this, Daddy.
Yeah, will you put my bag?
Daddy, I like when you
right
scrambling
here,
and scraping for shit.
What did he say?
I like that.
You know, I'll be practicing. I got
Yeah.
Look back on where I became.
Did you miss me though? For real, because it seems like a thing.
I
It's
miss
his
partying
birthday
with
party,
Puff, man.
Man, but I'm talking about for your birthday.
Huh?
Why won't you party with me for your birthday, man?
Party with me for your birthday, man.
We partied for my birthday before. You came to my party.
No, but me and you ain't never really party, you know what I'm saying?
Everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah.
It's reported that Diddy is the target of a sex trafficking investigation that comes after he was hit with a wave of civil lawsuits alleging sexual assault and trafficking. I've also learned exclusively that Diddy is in Miami. Authorities know exactly where he is. They've been in touch with his legal team. Sources tell me he's trying to avoid the paparazzi, and they're telling me he will not be arrested soon. Former NYPD Detective Derek Parker, known as the hip-hop cop, is joining me now with his thoughts on how this plays out. First, nice to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
So you know Diddy, right?
Yes.
In what way?
Back in the 90s, I was assigned to the NYPD. I was the hip-hop cop back then, so I had to assist in arresting him in several instances where there were some crimes committed.
What were those arrests for?
One was the Club New York shooting. He was with J-Lo at the time, and the other one was the Steve Stout assault that happened with him.
Rapper Sean Combs, Puffy, his girl J-Lo, and bodyguard Anthony Wolf Jones and rapper Shine have been arrested following a shooting inside Times Square club that wounded 3 bystanders. So basically, you know, this was a shooting involving P. Diddy, you know what I'm saying? They're trying to say that he shot those people. You know, J-Lo snuck the gun in there, and Shine took the fall like he was a scapegoat. So you got to ask yourself, how is this man getting away with all this? You know what I'm saying?
So I have some exclusive information which you just heard. The fact, if it's true, that they found a lot of weapons at his homes, what do you think this could mean?
Well, what happens here is that the federal government started a case with him. Apparently the search warrant that had his houses in Miami and LA was pre-planned already. They knew they were going to do that. So they have a much bigger case. Right now with the guns, they're going to check them, they're going to trace them, see if they were used in any crimes. They're going to go over anything about cooperators that are cooperating with them. They're going to be talking to a lot of people about certain criminal acts that he might have committed, and then go from there.
And what about the videos?
Well, they're going to...
One thing I found interesting is that even though, you know, P. Diddy has had a lot of arrests, he's never been convicted. So according to this article, it says he has had a number of high-profile brushes with the law, but he's never been convicted of a felony. So by law, I mean you can legally own guns. I don't know, it's different state by state, you know, but you know the right to bear arms are American right, you know. If he was a felon, he wouldn't be able to buy a firearm by law, so there will be a whole slew of charges by itself, but that isn't the case here. It's crazy that, you know, you got proof, or you're seeing into that crimes he committed, that he allegedly, and I say allegedly, shot people. I just find it funny he's never been convicted of that, you know. Could have been self-defense or whatever, who knows, you know. But I just found that interesting, you know. But of course, you got to trace the gun, see if it's been connected to anything else, see if it's hot, you know, if it's been used at in any time by anyone for any crime. These are things that they're going to look at. So I don't know. Who knows? Maybe you got the gun that killed somebody or something like that, but this is all alleged.
When you arrested Diddy back in the day, What kind of interaction did you have with him?
More professional. I mean, he knew who I was. I knew who he was. And whenever he got into trouble, it was like I was like his detective. So,
Yeah.
you know, I always had to come to the precinct of whatever happened and then to deal with him to make sure that everything was good with the detectives there and then everything else going on.
Interesting.
It sound like to me that boy working with the feds. Y'all talk about Tekashi 6ix9ine and trying to look at people's paperwork. I need to pull that man paperwork out. You know what I'm saying? It might be a reason why he getting away with all this stuff. You know, I seen a joke online saying Diddy didn't pay his Illuminati membership this month. I'm like, that might be true. You know what I'm saying? But all chickens come to roost. You know what I'm saying? So hey. You can only put on a facade for so long before it catches up to you. You know, your past gonna catch up to your future, one way or another, brother.
We should mention that Diddy has denied any wrongdoing.
Right.
As of right now, he's saying he had nothing to do with anything. So.
Right now, it's just an investigation.
Right. But it seems like all of this came to light after his ex-girlfriend, Cassie, alleged that she was in a very abusive relationship.
Yes and no. Like, you gotta look at it like this. Like, why was he so worried about this going to trial? You know what I'm saying? You know, that's hush money at the end of the day. If anybody pay you money not to tell a story, like, that story is worth hearing. That's my philosophy. And I don't care what nobody say. Like, that's weird, bro. Like, how you meet her, you know, Cassie was popping back in the day. And all of a sudden, ever since she was with Diddy, like, she was with Diddy for like a minute, bro. Like a minute. And you telling me, like, all that time, like, she ain't dropped no music. If she did, like, it flopped, or, you know what I'm saying? You gotta look at the cues, like, bro. Maybe she was in it for the money, or she was literally being brainwashed. Who knows? It could have been a combination of both, I feel like, bro. But, you know, now she happy, she in a relationship, and she got, like, kids with her new guy and stuff. Like, you know, kudos to her. But it's just, like, going back to Diddy, bro, like, why is he attracting this type of energy around him? Like, people just saying he a freak or he a sex fiend, man. Like, he, you know, play for the other side, bro. Like, why all these people are saying the same thing about you? Like, that's you know, sus, you know, already.
With him.
That accelerated things. I mean, his settlement with her and all the criminal acts that she alleged have happened, and then other people started coming forward, so it's like a house of cards.
Yeah, and I think there's several people right now that are alleging that they were in allegedly compromising positions at Diddy's house,
Yes.
being forced to do things that they didn't want to do.
There are
Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, daddy. You putting in that work.
a lot of things that are coming out right now, and what's going to happen is that the government's going to go through all of these things that they have uncovered, and they're going to see if there's any criminality. If any charges are to be brought, they will bring them later.
So let's talk about
My family reunion tour vibrations. Travis Scott new album, so such a vibe. Yo, Toronto, we come to your city, Atlanta.
I'd like to shift gears for a second, because doesn't this remind you of Dan Schneider? Doesn't this remind you of every other celebrity that's gotten away with doing some strange things behind the scenes, so to say? Like, look at this. Like, I definitely owe some people a pretty strong apology. This guy right here, but he's not, you know, being arrested. It doesn't say anything about him going to jail. He's living his happily married life, you know what I'm saying? Look, I apologize to anyone I ever put in that situation. Like, you let a whole pedophile on your show, and that's what happened to Drake Bell. You know, he got abused by Brian Peck. It says right here, he was not responsible for hiring Brian Peck, a dialogue coach, who in 2004 was sentenced to 16 months in prison, bro, after pleading no contest to 2 counts of child sex abuse. So you hired a whole convicted felon who not only was a convicted felon, bro, He was a child predator, bro. You hired him on a child network to help with this, bro. Like, what is the explanation, bro? Like, how are these people given these opportunities, bro? Let somebody else do this, bro. They would not see the light of day. All opportunities for any person in a regular life, bro. You can't even get a normal job, bro. Like, you gotta do some type of work away from kids and away from anywhere you might be around a child, bro. Like, the fact that Disney or whoever, Nickelodeon, hired this guy is creepy. It's unsettling, bro. Like, it makes you think, like, all those shows we watch, you know, I'm a 90s baby. All the shows we watched pretty much were products of this guy right here. This guy right here. Dan get in the Van Schneider. This guy right here. So you telling me if I look like this guy, if I can do the things he does, I can get away with anything I want, basically. You don't see anything. I couldn't find anything about him going to prison or nothing, bro. Like, nothing I could see about him going to prison. He said, police are yet to launch an investigation into allegations against him. Many believe he should be held accountable. Of course he should. Like, bro, you did too much, bro. You let too much going on those sets. Like I said, bro, it's nothing but privilege. And it's not, like I said, a white privilege. It's not a black privilege, bro. It's a money privilege, bro. If you got the money, bro, you can pay people off. You can say what you want, do what you want, as long as you bringing in those bucks, bro. Like, that's the message that they're painting by being in the industry, bro. Is that right? Of course not. Like, this is crazy, bro.
British socialite Ghislaine Maxwell has given her first filmed interview from prison. The 61-year-old is serving 20 years for child sex trafficking.
Maxwell admits meeting Jeffrey Epstein was the biggest mistake of her life, but she is convinced his death was not as it seems.
I believe that he was murdered. Well, I was shocked. And I wondered how it had happened. Because as far as I was concerned, he was going to... I was sure he was going to appeal. And I was sure that he was covered under the non-prosecution agreement. But I wasn't in the indictment. So I wasn't mentioned. I wasn't even one of the co-conspirators. I obviously wish I'd never met him. You know, looking back now, I probably wish I had stayed in England.
That's too damn bad! Maxwell also addressed the infamous photo of her, Prince Andrew, and the Duke's accuser, Virginia Giuffre.
With the fake. I don't believe that. I don't believe it's real for a second. In fact, I'm sure it's not. There's never been an original. And further, there's no photograph. And I've only ever seen a photocopy of it. I don't believe it happened. And certainly the way as described would have been impossible. I don't have any memory of going to tramp. Certainly not in an outfit that I would have worn. Her stories have changed so many times about what happens, when it happens, how it happens, with different versions. And each time she speaks, there's a different version.
Man, shut your bitch ass up.
I'm gonna be real, bro. We just need to call to action. Cause P. Diddy, Epstein, and Dan getting the Van Schneider have all the same thing in common, bro. They doing some strange things behind closed doors, no matter how you put it. It's just too much going on. It's too much evidence pointing against them, and it's just like, bro, why are these people being able to walk free while some are incarcerated, have to, getting denied bail, getting denied bond and all the other stuff while they get to walk free, It's crazy. It makes you question a lot of things about what is actually going on in the justice system, And I'm not saying the justice system as a whole is failing us, but it's painting a clear picture, bro. Like, somebody is being the scapegoat, And all three of these people crimes, like, you know, they always have somebody who do the deed for them and somehow cover there up is a reason tracks, why bro. All this darkness is coming to the light all of a sudden. Like, have you ever sat back and asked yourself, like, why now? Why this year? Like, why one documentary after another? Like, why now? It's because what's done in the dark is always going to come to the light. You know, these people do not align themselves with Jesus. They do not align themselves with the Most High, you know. We can sit here and say all type of theories about, you know, oh, this is some pagan worship going on, like they worship Moloch. If you know about Moloch, he was in the Bible. He was the god of child sacrifice, actually, you know. And, you know, you look into, you know, the Baphomet and things of that nature. Videos I will make in the future, but it's just like, one thing is for sure, step back and ask yourself, like, why now? Why this year? Like, why one documentary after another? One elitist getting exposed than another. You know, you got like, why now? It's because what's done in the dark is always going to come to the light. You know, these people do not align themselves with Jesus. They do not align themselves with the Most High, you know. But at the end of the day, bro, do your research, and we're going to keep tabs on this Diddy situation. As always, man, stay prayed up. Pray for your people. Pray for your loved ones. Hey, read Psalm 91 every day. You know what I'm saying? No matter what, do your research on the Bible. And, yeah, be lifted in the spirit. It's been your boy Shark Out of Water with another video. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and share this video.